bad nights last night, so he'll be taking every last minute.
Testing. Hello. My ears, that work? Welcome to preliminary final time. It's do or die for both teams out here today. See the Taroona team probably coming in as favourites, but it's preliminary finals, and what's gone before today matters not, because only what matters is who comes out at the end of the day on top. And it could be either of the teams. Penguins lost last week to Launceston just by a couple of late tries. It was scores were level with about 10 or 15 minutes to go, and they played a good match but unable to keep up with the Tigers, whereas this week they're going to be playing against a Bulls team who came from behind in the dying moments to win their match against the the Emus, and to knock them out of the competition. We're waiting. We'll have a quick look. There's your Taroona team for today, relatively unchanged from the one we saw last week. As the Bulls come out, let's take a look at their side. I'm not sure. I can see John O'Davis was named there, but I haven't seen him today. I'm not sure if he's here or if he's going to be late. But there's the Bulls. Again, pretty much full strength. I was talking to their president, Sam O'Keefe, just yesterday about a couple of outs they've got. Significant outs, really. Jamie Tanti and Tom Curtis, neither of those guys here today due to work changes that they've had. They haven't been around for a while though, and so the Bulls have been doing well without them. Toss was conducted a little earlier. And the players will have their final words before we start this match. Taking their time. Referee Craig Gardner out in the middle today. This is our only men's match of the day. There are some juniors matches happening around that would have all been completed by now. All in the north of the state, I think. Don't think there were any down south. It'll be the Bulls to kick off. Running from right to left. There's a light breeze out here today. Nothing too problematic for the teams. But we're away and it's a low kick. Lean grabs it and runs in the wrong direction. I'm not sure where he's going. He's looking for someone there to be running onto that and no one was there for Taroona. So Eves picks it up and Taroona have got around the outside here. Great effort by O'Keefe. Bird manages to dodge his tackle and then get through. And now Lean running into Sam Tabua, who was named on the bench. He's now running out there in number 8. So it'll be interesting to see what the changes are. Luke Bryan was originally named in that number 8 position. So some changes for the Bulls to their lineup in the last minutes today. Badavudi under the bottom there for Devonport, and he's got his hands on that one. Eddington penalised for holding on. And the Bulls come away with the first penalty just their side of the halfway. Luke Bryan will take that kick, which he's done well this year, but he doesn't find touch. And Bird's down there having a nice run. Another one dodging tackles. So Bird's moved into the fullback position today as well. Dewindom normally plays out there. And they've just had a swap. So Dewindom's playing today, but he's on the wing. Comes now Kazarine, gives it to Lean, taken nicely around the ankles there by Connell Kelly. Spring takes a long time to get out of there. Eves wanted a penalty, but they now get it out wide and the Bulls defence is getting up quickly, putting the pressure on. Clayton manages to slip the first tackle. Eves decides he's going to go himself. Runs into, I think, Nipper Hayes and drops it, and will come back for an earlier penalty. I think that was Luke Spring not rolling. And that kick makes touch just out on that far side. And nice line out there. Penguins take that ball, give it to Towie, who loves a run. And taken, and ball ripped out there and turned over. So great work at the breakdown, or the tackle, sorry, by Luke Bryan. I think we're pinned, sure, offside may have been the call there. Didn't quite catch that. All right, another line out to the Penguins, and this time stolen. Hunter Cross gets up. Big lad gets in front there, and they go quickly. Got some numbers out here, Taroona. Bird probably needed to come wider. He had a couple of players outside him, and he stepped back inside and ran into some traffic. And Devonport, stupid work in there from Crawford. Ball's on the ground. He stuck his hand in and pulled it over right in front of the referee. Totally unnecessary. Sneaky, but didn't get away with it. And just gives a penalty to the Penguins, who'll have an attacking line out somewhere around the 22. Just see the players standing on it. And Clayton will throw this one. And they decide to go, no, they get it wrong, I think. They're looking for a shorter one there, but it doesn't happen. Over the back. And Eddington slips out of the Luke Spring hit. He made good contact, Spring, but just didn't hang on. Now Towie taking a flat ball. Well tackled by Gold, and I'm not sure who else, making no attempt to roll away there either. Devonport. Balducci now causing a nuisance for the Devonport defenders. Ball comes now. Towie again making a good run. They're in a good attacking position now, the Penguins. We know the Bulls defend well on the line, but they've gone over here and we're going to try. A bit of a surprise, but a really great effort there. James Holman has scored here over the top of Josh Gold. Just see him getting to his feet. It's a little uncertain from my angle that they were that close, but Holman has got over and put the Penguins on the board after just 5 minutes. And that's a good one for the Southerners to get their noses in front. I think he probably picked the defender out there. Holman noticing that the halfback Gold was defending. He's a good defender though, out there. This kick happens. So that's the wrong event. Sorry, everybody. And the kick goes wide, so no good. I'm running all solo here in production, so try and get my replays happening correctly. But sorry to not bring you that one. You can replay it yourself. Kick from O'Keefe, taken by Balducci. Loves the run, offers a bit of a pass, slips through a couple of defenders, finds himself a gap, taken down by Brian. And Taroona with some more possession. Tuivasa gives it off to Kazarine. He kicks through. Tavalagi will get his hands on the ball for the first time. See what he can do. Puts a nice step on, but taken down by Dewindham. Fui Harris, so on the field as well, originally named on the bench. Looks like he's playing out on the wing, so a few changes. O'Keefe, probably going a little bit high. You saw Sam O'Keefe there just saying, oh, the second tackler coming fairly high, but he's holding his nose. I don't think it was anywhere near his nose. Certainly a bit hot, pretty high there. Got an earlier penalty though. Brian will kick for touch. Very quiet out there at the moment. Finds touch, gets his team into Taroona's half. Breeze is sort of blowing across the field here. The kick that Brian did for touch there was sort of combating against the wind. Hayes with the throw in. And straight to Camden Churchill, who takes it. And Connell Kelly makes a nice run. So the Bulls getting some possession. Haven't had a lot of opportunities here. Rotten pass there from Gold, goes low, and O'Keefe can't get it, but it gives Crawford a chance. And he dishes it off to Gold, who's taken down. O'Keefe now trying to push his way through. Makes a couple of metres. Crawford, nice little pass off there to Araroa. The defence is solid. But they're on the front foot out here. Nice wide ball to Harris. He bumps off Jewindham. Eventually taken down with some last-ditch defence from the Penguins. Great ball out there from goal to find Harris in some space. And Jewindham, you can see him there in 11. Coming back slowly. Copped a bit of a stinger there. He's struggling with some injuries too. Ball comes out now. Solid hit there on Brian. Now they go wide. Connell Kelly just props and then steps off his right foot. Not tackled convincingly, but held up. Badavudi now. Ball in one hand. Finds Spring. Defence is doing a good job out there for Taroona. They need to shut this attacking side down. Tavalagi now taking. He's in trouble here. He's been isolated. He's put the squeeze on there. Probably lucky to get away with that one. Popping that ball back through his legs when he was under pressure. But Sammy Tabs goes around the blind and driven sideways. Great period of pressure here from the Bulls. Discipline from Taroona, not giving away any penalties. Now Crawford. Need to catch up with the play there. It's come really wide. Ball's now out for Harris. He's close. Very close. He's going to be held up. No, he gets over and scores. Jewindham went low. They couldn't stop him, and we're now one try apiece. And the Bulls come up with a try out wide. Sure why we're seeing these apologies for these replays that are nowhere near what we're looking at. I don't know what's happening here. So 5 apiece. Kick comes high. It's very high. It's going to hit the deck. Oh, bounces and favours Taroona. Jewindham can't quite get there. Dropped there by Crawford. Backwards, though. Looking up for some support. And goal dishes back to Brian. Misses him and it goes low. And he's hit a wobbly one straight to Fenny. Fenny runs into Fuey Harris. And a bit more traffic comes over in defence there. Taroona eventually clean out. And they're close to the line. Try and get a nice wide angle on the camera here. And the ball will come. Looking for the backs. It cuts wide. Bird loses it in the pass. So a couple of slippery fingers from Taroona. We're going to come all the way back, though, for a penalty. Offside at the breakdown. And the Penguins will bring the ball back and eventually, and probably kick for touch. Line out will be thrown in by the Penguins, nice and close in attack. And they go to the maul, but unsuccessfully. Kazarine gives it to Eddington. It's a hard runner, taken 2 to get him down. They've gotten over that ball as well. Gold loses his footing though, unfortunately. Thought he might have had that one. Now Towie comes through, taken to ground. Badavudi falling on the wrong side of the ruck there, but nothing in it. And the Bulls defence gets up quickly. Taroona committing a lot at the breakdown here, so good pressure from the Bulls to force Taroona to put a lot of players in there. Thomas goes close. He's very close. Just shy though. Nice roll. Now Fenny. Again under pressure from some good Bulls defence. And more offside. Taroona want the ball out wide. You can see Jordan Eddington holding his hand up there. They got some extra numbers out far, but decision here is to take the points. So there'll be a shot at goal. While he's having this shot at goal, I'm going to see if I can get these replays working. Let's see what happens. Now we're cooking. That it's a very interesting replay, apologies, but I just wanted to make sure I can get them so we can bring you some more replays as we go. I'll create some better highlights too. And that kick's good. So the Penguins take a 3-point lead. 15 minutes down, 8-5. Come back and O'Keefe will have another kick. It's a nice one, goes long. Eddington looking up into the sun, but takes it nicely on the chest. And eventually the Bulls cavalry comes. Ball from Eves to Kazarine, goes low over the head of Badavudi, but Gold's there and he flings one out here to Tavalagi, who's got some space in front of him. Loves to run across. He went the grubber kick through and just hit the foot of the Taroona defenders. But they've won it back here, the Bulls. And I think Taroona being penalised for not releasing. Anthony Lean just getting up there, not clear release on Josh Gold as he went to ground with that ball. So the Bulls, bit of an opportunity here. Fenny and Lean both bounce off O'Keefe. And now they look for a wide one. Haney under pressure. Will come back for the penalty. Intercepted there. Nice little hug and a tap on the head between Jewindham and Tavalagi. And Luke O'Brien will kick for touch. Finds touch. New cameraman today, thanks to Ethan for stepping in. We're so many people short this week. Throw coming from Hayes. And now the ball comes wide. Badavudi taking in a solid tackle, but really drives through with his momentum and gets his team on the front foot, allowing his forwards to come around. A big hit there on O'Keefe. Not a very sympathetic pass there for him, and Lean cleaned him up. And it's been knocked on at the bottom there by the Bulls. Been a bit of a head clash in there from Towie and Luke Bryan, possibly. Oh, we'll have a scrum. Close game so far. Both teams relishing some opportunities with possession. So some good attacking rugby with 2 tries so far. Both from close contact. With scrum collapses. Eves with the put in. Not happy with the scrum being stable. And Bulls nearly get that one away, but Towie takes it off the back, gives it to Eves, who dummies and he's through. But Connell Kelly grabs him. Kazarine comes in support. Tackle slipped up high, I think, there. Nearly stolen. And good work there from the Penguins to get in. Ollie Bird having a beautiful game today, causing some trouble for the defence. Getting his hands on the ball. Counter ruck here is pretty good. Eves ducks in. Ball's free though. Who's going to win it? I think the Penguins have just managed to squeeze that out. No, somehow went the way of the Bulls. And the kick comes from Luke Bryan and bounces out over the sideline. So scrappy at the ruck there. Great work by the Bulls to disrupt there with the Penguins. But Penguins just big drive through and left that ball out. Looks like Camden Churchill in down in back play. Throw comes, lean. Pump fakes. And the ball goes dropped by the Penguins, and that gives the Bulls a shot. So Balducci not taking that one. Scrum coming here. Bulls put a lot of pressure on Taroona last time. They'll be confident in their scrum, so they should be happy to win this one comfortably, but who knows? They get the drive on early, the Bulls. They might be penalised if they're not careful. Bit of banter in there. Sure, one of the, I think it might have been possibly Lewis Thomas stirring up Nipper Hayes, I think. Gold with the put in. Got a nice stable scrum this time. And the Bulls look to push. Hold it steady. Great scrumming both sides. Well done with the Bulls. Got that ball out nicely. Luke Spring running a nice straight line there. It was just not quite timed well though. Gave the defence good opportunity to get and defend him, and Eves has managed to take it. Connell Kelly is proving to have some pace out there. Kazarine grubbers it through. Interesting kick there off the right boot, where there's four Taroona players, and they got some numbers out here. And Aidan Fanny dummies and has just crucified his team there. They had 2 players on the outside, needed to pass it, and Tavalagi sends him back from where he came, puts him on his backside. Nice tackle from Sonny. Huey Harris need to be careful there with those tackle situations. That time, Clayton running around the back of Balducci and somehow gets away with it. Bird picking up the ill-directed grubber from Eves. And Taroona, just really scrappy play here from the Penguins. It's not what you would normally see. They're normally good with organisation. They come blind again. Holman, he's got Balducci with him. And Just dishes it back. Great tackling defence from Ollie Crawford. Now, ball comes out. Towie just runs past Cross and he's got Lean off his left shoulder. Runs through. Good pressure from the Bulls again at the breakdown. And knocked on though. So Luke Spring, I think, got his hands on that ball. Lost his footing and knocked it on. And again, Penguins, good break through there, getting away from the tackle and that ball being dished off to Lean, but the defensive pressure at the breakdown from the Bulls is really causing some headaches for the Penguins. Unfortunately in that one there, the Bulls to knock that on. It looked like a bit of confusion from the players. But the support player, the Penguins, not quite on point, and the Bulls are really disrupting them at the breakdown. Though the scrum here. Great push in the scrum there from the Bulls, and they've won it. So there they are. Kick from Connell Kelly doesn't find touch. Jewindham gets back. He's got Bird with him and he gives it off. Bird, just the balance for Bird to stay on his feet there in the tackle from Connell Kelly. Now Towie. Towie's been good today, causing trouble for the Bulls, but there's some good work at the breakdown. I think Ruben Haney nearly stole that again. So players just, here we go. Connell Kelly slips around, runs into Holman. Driven straight back. Holman got his head right in the wrong place, I think, there on Connell Kelly. And mistakes from the Penguins giving the Bulls opportunity. The pressure from the Bulls is making it hard for the Penguins, who are getting frustrated. Crawford dishes it off, finds Haney, who's solidly met by Towie. Towie needs to roll away. He does. And Gold looking wide. No, goes to O'Keefe. Just need to keep those tackles a bit lower. Penguins went pretty high there, Lean. He was lucky to not be penalised. I thought that shot might have slipped up a little bit on O'Keefe. Bryan gets through but loses his footing, and Gold kicks. Shapper and Tucker out there. Dishes it off to Bird, who gets past the first tackler. And well tackled out there on the wing. Couldn't quite pick who that was. Penguins now still in an attacking position. Go blind. Bird again causing headaches. Gets past, he's away too, and he might score. No, he's just short. Shapper and Tucker, though, comes around, picks it up, and he finds a spot in the corner. And the Penguins, through some excellent work from Ollie Bird, who's causing absolute nightmares for the Bulls in defence, managed to put another 5-pointer on after some really good defensive pressure from the Bulls. And let's test if my replay is right this time. Yes, but it's way too slow. We'll hit it again. It is Bird. Got his way through. Fell. Couldn't get there. Tackled on the ground there too by Donald, I think. But Shapper and Tucker was quick to get around. So good play by the Penguins. And they will look to extend their lead. This kick. Which is no good. So 13-5. Got a good game of rugby on our hands here. It's only 8 points in it. The Bulls definitely close, just with their noses behind. It's a nice kick there too. Holman comes in. He might have got there in the end. Great run from Cross. who actually Cross has managed to hang on to that, and they've won the penalty. So top work there. Good contest in the air. I thought Holman actually managed to get that one, but Hunter Cross with a big jump has got his body in a better position. Great kicking from Sam O'Keefe at the kickoff. Now Araroa stumbles. Towie loses his footing. Pressure on him. And the Bulls making 1 or 2 metres at a time, but that's how they play. They're very good in this situation. Just keep the pressure on. Ball comes now wide to Connell Kelly to Spring. Fends off, stays on his feet. And Connell Kelly the same. So both back lines at the moment making it difficult for the defence by staying on their feet, running into tackles and taking the ball in. Creating headaches for defenders. Come back for the penalty. And opportunity here. Bulls, will they look for points? Ruben Haney, I think, says to Luke Bryanley, I'd like 3 points here, please. So we'll have a penalty shot at goal. Bryan kicking for 3. Looks like he's away to the right. And that ball goes dead. So we'll come back for a 22 dropout. No points there for the Bulls. I think that's that cross breeze there. Just blowing that ball away from the goals to that right-hand side. Kazarine will look to kick to the near side. And he goes high and short. Chasers aren't really there, but the ball hits the deck. Knocked on by Harris and then taken by Lean, who finds Dewindham. And the Penguins get that ball back now. Fenny. He's all over that though. Got to be a penalty. No, geez, hard to get a penalty at the breakdown if you're that Jackal player. Lean picks one up that he wasn't expecting, and he decides to kick, and he's found some grass down there too. It's not a bad spot for that ball to go. And the pressure's on, and Tavalagi puts it down, and we'll have a goal line dropout. So it's a good kick in the end by Lean. It went dead, or not dead, it went in goal. And Tavalagi knew he was under pressure and just had to put that one down. And puts the Penguins into a nice attacking position here with a kick receive. O'Keefe finds Dewindham. There's some action on this wing for him. Not sure where to go. Steps left, slows down, then drives forward with some support from Towie, who's been exceptional so far. They go wide. They don't have many numbers out here, though, the Penguins. That ball, the centres were expecting something different. The defenders were offside, and now Eddington goes through, and he's really close. Always hard at the line, but the counter-ruck from the Bulls is amazing. And again, we've got a penalty against the Bulls, so quite a few now in this defensive position. I'm not sure what that one was for. Offside. And Penguins want 3 more, so 8. Not going to risk going for another 5 here. They'll opt for a penalty shot. To push that lead out. Hopefully, they'll be hoping for that to go out to 11. Kazarine missed one earlier and then missed the conversion. And this time, that one looks good. And so Penguins go further ahead now, an 11-point lead. Bulls being hurt by offside play, really. Too many penalties out in that back line. The back line defence is really trying to put the pressure on the Penguins, and they're doing that. But referee Gardner's not happy with how they're going about it. So just need to take that extra step back, the Bulls, and keep doing what they're doing other than that, because their defensive pressure's been exceptional thus far. Holman straightens up. Now Towie, he gives it off to Harrison, who's got a bit of room there. Takes it in two hands, looking for someone outside him. And now they got some numbers out here. Holman, though, runs into the two biggest fellas. Not a lot of arms in those tackles, I didn't think. He just seemed to bounce off, though. Bird evades yet another tackle. They need to be quicker, though, at the breakdown, the Penguins. They're struggling to get it out. Can't see what's happening here, but the ball's been stolen, and now the Bulls turn it over. So Badavudi's defensive pressure. Nice work there from referee to duck that ball and let it go without interfering. And the penalty now against the Penguins. Bryan takes it. Thomas nearly steals it, but taken down by Hayes. Now O'Keefe dishes it off. Spring running sideways. Badavudi gets through. Looking for someone. He's got Luke Spring on the rebound. Spring goes through, but meets a solid set of defenders. And we're coming back. So high tackles. Again, a few tackles that have been too high from the Penguins. Need to be doing better. That gives the Bulls a line out inside the Penguins 22. Great opportunity to hit back. And Taroona with a sub. Michael Smith coming on, and Aidan Fenny taking a break in the front row. Nipper Hayes with the throw into the line out here for the Bulls. Goes very wide and hits Haney, who can't quite take it. It's off the outside hand, though, not straight. Just see that it's an easy one for the referee to call in those cases when the jumper can only get the outside hand onto that ball. Some interesting discussions here between Taroona and the referee. Taroona with the scrum. Probably 4 or 5 minutes left in this half. We haven't had a lot of stoppages, no injuries that we've had to wait for. And the Bulls put the pressure on. Penguins take it. Eves gets around the outside now. He's got Jewindham. And another ill-directed kick. So Eves not having a great day with the boot in general play. But support play there coming in from an offside position. I think it might have been Luke Bryan possibly coming into that ruck trying to support Ruben Haney, but he was not coming through the gate. And Kazarine chips that one into touch and gets his team inside the Bulls half with a few minutes left to play in the first half of this elimination preliminary final. Winner of today's game will meet Launceston in the grand final next week. Both of them, no matter which team it is, are going to have a pretty difficult time if they're going to topple the Tigers. We've been standout side for really the back half of the season. Taroona beat the Tigers in round 1, but since then, Tigers have been very good. Need to throw it. There was chaos there for the Penguins, who are now having a discussion as to what should have been happening in that line out. And that one in the end was knocked on by the Penguins. So the Bulls will have a scrum and get a chance with some possession. Gold now. Look for Connell Kelly. He's been good today, Connell Kelly. He's quick off the mark. Good pace. He's looking this way. Push from the Penguins. Not good enough to disrupt the ball. And now the ball comes wide, but behind Badavudi. Need to cut wide, and Shapper and Tucker's intercepted it. He's got Connell Kelly tracking him down, but he's too quick. And George Shapper and Tucker, with his second try of the day, steals that one from the Bulls, and they'll be disappointed running into the end of the half, the Bulls, to give away those points. Great positional play there from Shapper and Tucker. So he just got himself outside Badavudi, who turned, and he was away. Great run there from the young winger from the Penguins, who's had a great season. Now Taroona, comfortable lead at the moment, particularly running into half-time, 16 points up. Possibly another 2 here from Kazarine. Left footer coming around. Probably take us into half-time. The Taroona side look like they're heading away. He's shanked it to the right, and that is half-time. So pretty close game of rugby, really, though. The scoreboard blown out a little bit in favour of the Penguins with that try there. Intercept to George Shapper and Tucker. We will go to half-time right now and be back, though, at the back end of the break with the second half of rugby, the last half of rugby for one of these teams that we're about to see. See you soon. So, second half about to start. Tale of this match so far. Taroona with the first try to James Holman. And the Bulls hit back and squared things up. And since then, though, Taroona have had a penalty and then 2 tries to George Chaperon Tucker from the wing. But we're away. Second half, last half of rugby for one of these teams. And the Bulls in possession from the kickoff. Under a bit of pressure, the ball pops out. O'Keefe dishes it off to Bryan. Runs into a good tackle from Robert Clayton, the hooker for the Penguins. And they go blind. They've got some numbers out here. Although that's pretty much a front row. Nice little kick through. And that one dribbles into touch. Again, trying to pick who that is. It might be James Joyce has possibly come onto the wing on that far side. May have been there the whole first half. Slightly difficult one for Anthony Lean to take there. Balducci runs in 2 hands, shrugs off the first attempted hit. He's a big boy and he loves that contact. He goes forward. Ball now to Kazarine. Take it to the line, looks to kick. No, Tuivasa does. He puts a little left-hand kick, left foot kick in, and it bounces for him. Chaperon Tucker's overrun it on the wing though, whereas Tuivasa, who's really been out of the play and quiet today, finally gets his hands on some ball. And, oh, interesting pass from Lean. Goes very level, bounces back though, and knocked on. So the Penguins pushing some passes out there that didn't need to be pushed. And again, the consistent pressure from the Bulls forces the error. So the knock on from Taroona sees ball come back and the Bulls halfway scrum. Pass goes nowhere though. Connell Kelly under pressure. Shrugs off the tackle from Eves, but oh, careful under there. Looks like the ball's going to end up going the way of the Bulls. Must have been knocked on. Just Luke Bryan threw a boot at that ball. Scott Eves is happy. All the Taroona players all looking at the assistant referee on the other side. Not sure what happened, what they saw. But a great kick there from Bryan puts his team into Taroona's half. See a line out directly in front of the camera. And nice throw. Tapped down though. Doesn't find gold. He's going to have to chase it back about 10 metres. And he throws a big one out to Batavudi. Dishes it out to Spring. Tavalagi. They're going nowhere. And those passes just allow the Penguins time. Eddington tries to go high on Harris, which is the worst thing you can do. And the ball given off to Heaney, who's thrown into touch and drops it and it goes forward. I've just been given some wise advice about pronunciation of names at the half time. It's Reuben Heaney. I've been calling him Heaney for years and finally I know. So thanks to Reuben's dad all the way from Canberra providing me with a little tip there on how to pronounce his family name. The advice was actually it's Heaney, like Heaney, Meeny, Miny, Mo. Having a good day so far is Reuben, but his team not able to put enough points on the board though so far. Eves with the put in. Great drive from the Bulls. And the ball just gets to the back. Towie takes it, gives it to Eves to Kazarine. Tuivasa goes wide to Eddington. His ball taken beautifully by Bird, and he's away again. He's got Jewindham on his outside, and he skips past Sonny Tavalagi, and Ollie Bird is having a blinder. Whoa! Almost untouchable bird. And he's put another 5-pointer on for his team, and that is going to make it tough for the Bulls with Ollie Bird running away like that. See how far he got through, and he was in the clear. And the conversion kick will come from directly in front. Kazarine to put this margin out to 22 points. And the Penguins, despite some great pressure from the Bulls, able to score. That'll be disappointing again, that one for the Bulls. With all that good defensive pressure, and Bird just got through way too easily. It was an unbelievable pickup too from Bird. He took the ball really low off that pass, timed his run off, I think it was Eddington who was under pressure. Really nice. No, Tuivasa? I don't know who it was. Can't remember. That is a great kick from O'Keefe. But James Holman, too tall, gets up. Hunter Cross wasn't able to match it with him there. And somehow that ball's been turned over by Ollie Crawford. He did well to get his hands on it. I thought he might have been off his feet, but he's pulled it back right in front of the referee. I couldn't see what happened. And now the Bulls penalty right in front there. And they're going to look for a quick tap. They need points, and they need them fast, the Bulls. Brian intervenes though. Hudson Connell-Kelly there holding his head. Brian will kick for touch to this near side. And he finds it. And that's a great line out location for the Bulls. Less than 10 metres out, I'd say. And line out throw comes. And won by the Bulls. Now Connell Kelly gives it inside to Tavalagi, who gets through. And he's close. Oh, they don't hold on to him. Shovel him to the ground though, only a metre or two out. And a great run by Sonny. Probably offside here. And now the ball comes out to Brian. Nice ball and all tackle from Michael Smith. They've got a penalty advantage. O'Keefe goes to ground and gets back up. Gold now, shovels it out to Crawford. Eddington goes high. Cops it, but comes back for a second attempt at the tackle. And no advantage. Ball will come back to in front of the posts. Looks like it was a high tackle again. Taroona have got away with that a lot of times today. Tavalagi finds Badavudi. He's close. Ball dished off. Probably going to be held up here. No, they're short. Eddington under there trying to roll away, but not rolling away successfully enough. And a penalty advantage to the Bulls. So they're close. And the pressure's on. Crawford. He's over. Ollie Crawford. He loves those close ones. He hit two players. They both went high and tried to hold him up, but he's way too strong in that situation. And a ripper of a try there to Ollie Crawford. Peg back that margin a little. I don't know why we're seeing this. I don't know what's happening with my replay. I apologise profusely, but that's not what I wanted you to see. Something desperately wrong with the replay. Conversion, though, to come. And it's good. Happy days if you're a Bulls fan. Back to 16 points. Still a tough margin. And they're coming back. I'm just trying to queue up my my replay properly. Don't know what I'm doing, you see. All right, kick from Kazarine. Goes right this time. Knocked on by the Penguins. James Holman just missed that one. Ollie Crawford sort of faked the jump, made it hard, and the chip's over. Lewis Thomas, not sure what the front row is doing back there, but the advantage is over after the kick from the knock-on, and the Penguins back in possession and in an attacking position inside the Bulls half. Towie been quiet this half. Ball now comes to Kazarine. He goes to Tuivasa, who loses it. Just a few players in the wrong position out there. Badavuti put some good pressure on. Eves, offside. Connell Kelly there at the ruck, I'm sure. But put some good pressure on. And the Penguins will win this one out of the ruck. Badavuti just coming from an offside position there and then springed. Bewildered at the getting away with that there. Badavuti came up off his feet, got up in an offside position to win that ball. Just on the offside, Gardner couldn't see what happened around there, but the Bulls will throw everything at it for the final 30 minutes of this game. And somehow that one's been knocked on, and Taroona will have it. Got an advantage here. Thomas pushes it out to Holman. Kazarine goes wide to Eddington. He steps off the left foot and evades them all. Runs through three, turning Harris inside and out. And now Ish Jewindham runs off a ball from Scott Eves, and Jewindham scores under the posts. And that one's going to sting for the Bulls. Who find themselves 21 behind. If I've got my replay right this time. There it is. Eddington dishes off to Eves, and there it is to Jewindham. Connell Kelly standing back here asking for a forward pass. It certainly looked close. Hard to pick from where I'm sitting. Could have been forward. And the Penguins push ahead 33-12 with the conversion to come. And it's good, so 35-12. It's tough for the Bulls now, but they've got it in them. We know they can score. If they can get Tavalagi out the back there, Luke Spring, and release those guys, definitely capable of scoring points. Connell Kelly can find a little bit of space. Likewise, they could bridge this gap pretty quickly. Kick from O'Keefe. Finds Holman, who looks up under pressure from Heaney, and he drops it cold. And we'll come back for the scrum to the Bulls in a nice position. Gold just looking for a word from Connell Kelly, who's standing out very wide. He's got a great pass out there, Gold, although he's missed his target a few times early and hasn't had a lot of opportunities really this half. I mean, we're only 15 minutes in, but Great scrum from the Bulls. Big pressure there. Big drive over the Penguins. And Connell Kelly taken, nice tackle by Lean. He'd stepped inside Kazarine nicely and he's causing some headaches. And drawn a penalty too. Might have been some offside play by Taroona. Sam O'Keefe now driving his club forward. Crawford gives it to Harris, looking on a big switch. Taroona penalised for not releasing at the breakdown. Gold has a look. He goes the tap. He's got some players. They got good numbers out there. Badavudi, though, runs back inside. Wasn't the play. And Gold brings it back in front of the posts. And Taroona need to be careful here. They're going to, under pressure, penalties coming aplenty at the breakdown. And Anthony Lean, captain, will have to come in and have a bit of a lecture. Too many penalties. Call of how many times from the crowd? My guess would be 3, maybe 4. "25 minutes to go. 23 points difference. And the Bulls want a scrum. The Penguins don't want to lose a player to the bin, so they're going to have to lift their game and their discipline at the breakdown. Haven't really had, particularly this half, haven't had to defend at the breakdown. The Bulls have not had a lot of possession and just being over eager. They need to just back off a little bit, give the Bulls the easy possession and defend at the tackle instead of at the ruck. Bulls win it to the back. Try to drive it, but they're not really going anywhere. They're trying to drive. And now the penalty comes. So we may see someone in the bin. Gold copped one. And we will. I'm not sure who it is. I think it's number 8, Enzo Balducci, cops the yellow card there for Taroona. So he's probably deemed offside at that breakdown. So for the next 10 minutes, Penguins will be 1 short. Tap needs to come from the correct location. I have to wait for Balducci to come from the field as well. O'Keefe runs through the tackle of Towie. Good work at the breakdown there from the Penguins, and they've won it this time. That was risky play after having a man sent to the bin, being penalised, but they've managed to win that one. And the Penguins get away with a penalty, and they'll kick that one out. Oh, is he going to find touch? Just finds touch. So nice kick there from Kazarine. And the ball thrown in. Doesn't find Eves, but he gets there. Gives it off to Towie, who's under some pressure. Jewindham gives a wide one to Eddington, who's got space. And he goes to Shapper and Tucker. He's going to fancy himself against Harris. Dishes it off to Bird, who ducks back inside and makes a few extra metres and gets his team onto the front foot. Now Holman, nicely tackled around the ankles there. And they go forward again, the Penguins, just about to the halfway. Luke Spring putting the pressure on there from the Bulls. Penguins still not quite able to make that halfway line, though. Now, Kazarine, he looks down the line and he sees some grass, kicks it. It's not going to find touch. It's going to find Sonny Tavalagi. Sonny takes it into contact and he's dropped it. So good pressure from, I think, Jewindham making the tackle around Tavalagi's foot. And Lean grabs it and tries to kick. And in the end, it's all going awry for the Bulls. After Tavalagi dropped it and then someone on his team going off their feet. Kazarine kicks for touch and puts the Penguins inside the Bulls 22. Hit the halfway mark of the second half now, 35-12. Bulls need some points. Who is going to bring that spark for them? Now, Gardner having a discussion with Taroona captain Anthony Lean here. Not sure, maybe... Not sure what that would be, maybe about player discussion, no. Ollie Bird. Having a chat with Ollie Bird, Anthony Lean. Might have been asking him to stop playing so well. Ball goes over the top. Interesting work there. Amazing. Luke Bryan catches it and ends up kicking the ball to Josh Gold under pressure. So line out woes for Taroona. And that was really unusual. Really unusual, but great work there by Luke Bryan. All right, time back on, and Taroona will have another line out, which they'll need to win. And they don't. Bulls putting all the pressure on. It's gone out again, though. Oh, knocked on by Taroona at the line out. So great pressure from the Bulls. They'll never say die. And we're going to sub Scott Eves coming from the field, replaced by Taroona co-coach Christo Lagrange. .5 minutes, nearly 23 minutes on the clock. 23-point margin. Bulls need something now. Slow to set the scrum. Very quiet crowd today, really. It's a pretty standard contingency of Taroona players. Josh Gold goes for a run and gets his winger involved in the play. Oh, big hit out there on Reese Araroa. Again, Taroona skirting with high tackles. They're those borderline ones. If they're any higher, you're going to be penalised and binned. Now the ball comes. Tavalagi off the right foot, off the left. He's away. Dishes it back, but finds Clayton. And Clayton will take the ball to ground. And Taroona under pressure. Now got some space. And again, pressure out there. Harris. Chaper and Tucker makes the chase. And, oh, Bird and Harrison nearly collide. And Bird's going to look through the gaps here. He's away. He's through three again. Runs to Hudson Connell Kelly, who does a great job and gets the steal. Connell Kelly, great work. The only person able to stop Bird. And now Spring's got it. And it's been stolen by Taroona. Oh, difficult call there. Towie called to have put his hands on the deck first. He looked to just pick it straight up, I thought. And the kick to touch is good. Just looking back on my replay, Towie, I think his fingers touched the ground, but I don't think he was actually off his feet. Didn't actually put any of his weight on his hands. Just scooped the ball back. But the breakdown pressure from both teams there, outstanding. Hudson Connell-Kelly shutting down Ollie Bird, getting to his feet really quickly and making the steal. Sub happening. All right, trying again here with the line out. Looking for Heaney at the front. He manages to get his hands onto it and knocks it back. Gold under pressure from Holman. Throws one. And Connell-Kelly did really well. So did Towie to not tackle. He's called a high tackle. He called a high tackle. I actually thought that Towie had done the absolute utmost that he could to not make that tackle high. But apparently not. And the penalty goes to the Bulls, but they haven't made touch. Bird now takes it. No one coming to him, so he's going to have a run. Gets past Lowry easily, spins into the tackler, Dehaan, and Dehaan does a good job to hang on to him. Now the ball comes to Lean, dishes it out to Kazarine. Wide ball to Tuivasa. And he's on the deck holding on to it. Too slow, so doesn't release. And the pressure from the Bulls, good again at the breakdown. Brian now, they need some points though, the Bulls. Just trying to see, I think Enzo Balducci is still off for that yellow card. Must be coming around close for him to return. And Taroona will look for another sub in a moment. We'll see Jack Harty come on. I'm not sure who he will replace. He may even replace Balducci. Dehaan, the nice throw, finds Heaney. Gold puts it out in front. Luke Bryan now in that first receiver position. Looks like we no longer have... Oh no, Connell-Kelly's come out onto the wing, so changed. Luke Spring driving forward now. Bulls looking for another one. Crawford, pressure's on, they go wide. Lowry is over. No, he's short. So close. Great defence there by the Penguin tackler. And unable to score. And Taroona will come away with a scrum. Two Taroona players flat on their back there. It was an excellent run there from Lowry. Just a really good overall passage of play there from the Bulls. And I'll have to, though, defend at the scrum. Last desperate defence from the Penguins. Just managing to hold Bryden Lowry out. He juggled the ball a little and he dived to score. He must have just been short. I think the Penguins actually stole it from him, which is why they end up with this ball in their possession. And a great scrum pressure there from the Bulls. Interesting, the penalty blown. I think the ball was out, but the Bulls really deserving something out of that penalty, out of that scrum. Really put the pressure on. Seeing that the hand came out quite late when Taroona had the ball, but well deserved there by the Bulls. And Gold comes in. He's got Lowry with him. They held him up before. He's got so much power behind him, but he's just short. Gold looks again. Who's he going to go to? He goes wide. Tavalagi steps, shuffles. They hold him up. They've got support though there, the Bulls. They're close. Spring tries to go and ends up losing it backwards. Tavalagi now, cut down. Nice tackling by Lean. Gold comes back. Crawford, always dangerous in a situation like this with the ball close to the line, unable to get through. Gold now goes himself. Can't put his teammate over the line though. Might have been Heaney following him around. We've seen that before. Very close now. Gardner getting in really close to have a look and see if the ball's on the line. It's not. Great possession here. And Sonny Tavalagi slips through and he scores one. Excellent work there. Great persistence by the Bulls to eventually get that ball over and able to peg back that margin by another 5. So back to 18 points, but it's a long way to go. 10 minutes on the clock left to play, and they're still 18 behind. Hopefully 16 for them after this kick from Luke Bryan. See, really good persistence here from the Bulls. There were a lot of phases that led to this point. Tavalagi, again, just Clayton got up, got his head in the wrong place. You see him holding it there. Got up too quickly, and the footwork of Tavalagi was too good. And the conversion sprays across the front. Disappointing there for Bryan. He's not had the radar quite working today. Just been a bit off target. So 18 points to find. It's going to involve 3 tries. For the Bulls. Our yellow card is no longer in action. Crawford runs at it, finds it too. The only one in that area for Taroona was Fenny, but Towie puts on a nice contact and knocks that ball out. And Taroona somehow managed to get that ball out of the ruck. Now it comes Tuivasa. Loves that contact from Luke Bryan, but Bryan hangs on and takes him to ground. Lagrange gives it off to Fenny, who makes it through the pressure. And now the ball goes really wide to Kazarine. They get it out, looking for Jewindham, but they're just running sideways, if not backwards. Now Kazarine loops around, nowhere to go. Somehow Jewindham gets through. He puts the grubber on though. Josh Gold sweeping across the back there. Fields that one and is eventually taken into touch with some good pressure from Lewis Thomas from the Penguins. And the Penguins will have a line out. An area they've not been convincing in today, and if they're going to come away winners today, that's something they're going to have to sort out during the week if they're going to have a shot at toppling the Tigers. Just get there. Lagrange takes it forward. Now the ball's with Towie. He's got Hardy. Oh, Towie dummies. He had Hardy on one side. He bounces off a couple of tacklers. Matthew Young comes across, tries to put on a shot, but just gets pushed away. And that will be the sealer without a doubt. The Penguins are going to win this one. Great run there from Finney Towie. He's been a solid runner all day for the Penguins. And that one will put it beyond doubt. Just see here, Towie gets it. Tackler's tired. Batavuti just gets stepped. Josh Gold missed him. And Young trying to go high, needed to go low. And the big fella, the number 7 from the Penguins, gets the points on. 23, back to 23-point margin here in favour of the blue team. Kazarine just taking his time here. Turn around, having a conversation with the referee. Probably saying, how much longer have I got? And he puts the extra points on. Now 42-17. Bit of a blowout in the end. And Taroona just consistent, really. They've had a lot of possession. Made some mistakes and really managed to get through a lot of pressure from the Bulls' defence. But the Bulls, conversely, in the opportunities they've had in attack, they've just struggled to make metres. The back line hasn't clicked and they've not been able to make any breaks. Oh, look at the torpedo drop kick there from Josh Gold. Harrison just running behind Clayton. Needs to be careful. And Lagrange wants to play down the other end. Hardy comes up. Jewindham has had a good game on the wing. Manages to get around the ankles of Tavalagi. But didn't release. Maybe it was Hardy over the top. I don't know. Not sure which Taroona player there hanging on. Might have been Jewindham holding on to the ankles of Tavalagi too much, which didn't allow him to get his body into a decent position. Jack Hardy on the spot as well. It's a great kick. Great kick for touch. And the Bulls have another attacking opportunity. With the win sealed for the Penguins, it's all about protecting your players now. Nobody wants to come away with an injury in the last 5. And they come wide. Luke Spring's been good today. Bounces off to Avasa, but can't keep his feet. Badavudi, always dangerous. Lays that one back for his team. And then Sonny Tavalagi goes through. Flings it to Brian. Wasn't quite expecting it, but in a really good position. And Crawford again, another soldier for the Bulls. Ball goes back to Hahn, gives it off to Lowry. Lowry's been good when he's been on as well. Pushes it forward, he might have lost it there. No, gets it back. Pressure's on from the Penguins though. Luke Spring again making good metres and pressure on the Taroona defence. Gold gives it off to Hahn. Absolutely hammered by James Holman. Aliki Batavudi's down in back play with a hamstring, maybe a calf issue. Just cramp, I think. Just needs someone to help him. And now Taroona stolen it but lost. Crawford flings it out. Tavalagi goes one way, goes the other. He's close, he's over. He's elusive. And Sonny Tavalagi, absolute legend from the Devonport Bulls, scores another one for his team. Exceptional play. And the Bulls just managed to peg a few more points back, but it's going to be too late for them with only a few minutes left on the clock. Brian with his kick. Just away to the right again. And we'll come back with that 20-point margin. Only a couple of minutes to go. Wouldn't be surprised to just to see the Penguins kick this ball long, hopefully find touch, soak up the last few minutes on the clock without having to put any pressure on anybody. But no, they go short. Holman wants to hit Crawford, just doesn't get the line right though. Holman always looking for the ball in those situations. Crawford with the spin though, loses it on the deck. And we'll have a scrum to the Penguins, which will more than likely see us into the end of the match. Taroona used pretty much all their subs. See Cody Hall out on the field. Ed Nordstrom there at the back of the scrum for Taroona, not getting his head in. Great scrum from the Bulls though, and they've won that one too. Last effort here for the Bulls. Brian, Tavalagi, Spring. Pressure comes up though, and Spring again stays on his feet. Knocked on. Eddington steals it, getting up from his feet and runs infield. They hunt him down though, pack of Bulls, and Eddington stays on his feet still. Eventually gets to ground. They're going to have to release him. Heaney's going to be penalised here for ripping that out. Just bad, unfortunate timing. Unfortunate timing there from Heaney, just as he ripped that one. Eddington had already had his knee on the deck. And bit of concern. Bryden Lowry, I think, on his back. And we'll just wait and see. Bryden's all right. Blue card, so Lowry, no worries losing any match time for Bryden going off there with the blue card, because there's no more rugby for the Bulls this season. But very sad and sorry. Played really well since coming on this second half, Bryden. Put some immense pressure on to the Penguins while they were deep in defence, and he really developing into a really solid rugby player, so hopefully he'll be okay. Kazarine chips that one into touch, 25 metres out from the Bulls line, and we'll have Penguins will have another shot at getting their line out right. Huey Harris having to come on to replace Bryden Lowry. He's come to the bench. And well picked out there, Hunter Cross. Looks like Reece Watts might steal it from him, and he has. So great work by Hunter. Interesting, I think. Watts being called coming around offside there at the line out. So we'll keep playing. Going to land on the tent, that one. No, just over. Little 4-year-old going for a walk behind the tent there, and the ball nearly hit him in the head. He's picked it up. He'll bring it back. Dahan with the throw. Bulls line-out's been excellent. Look at the throw out the back there. Young, they lift him up way above their shoulders, and now ball, Badavudi taking it above his head. Puts the pressure on, looks out wide. Finds Joyce, I think, out wide there. And back they come. Oh, pass goes to no one. Taroona now have it. Ball comes to Lagrange. He's got some numbers. And Shapper and Tucker. Has he got the pace to get away? Oh, great work there from Hudson Connell Kelly. Didn't have the pace to catch Shapper and Tucker, but he did make the ankle tap that took Shapper and Tucker's feet out over the sideline. So entertaining play there. That one's one for the highlights. Except my highlights aren't in the right place, so we'll end up with some random highlight from about 3 minutes ago. Dahan with the throw, finds Heaney. They go to the deck. Gold flings it out to Brian. They'll try again. Badavudi steps around Kazarine again. And now Tavalagi tries to get through. Tuivasa takes him. And we've had a knock on by the Bulls. And surely we're going to see the end of the match. Yes, it is. So full time finally comes. And it's the Penguins. 42-22 winners. It's a pretty big margin, but not overly convincing, particularly in the latter part of this match. Bulls valiant in defeat, but next week we'll see the grand final between 1 and 2 on the ladder, the Launceston Tigers versus the Taroona Penguins. That match, I believe, will be played here at Rugby Park, so we'll see you then. But thanks for watching. Bad luck to the Bulls. Great season from you guys, and enjoy your off season. We'll see you next year for another season of rugby. Penguins need to go to the drawing board, I think, this week and take a look. The lineouts were pretty poor today. Really struggled in that area, and discipline too. A lot of penalties at the breakdown from the Penguins that ended up with one of their players in the bin. So some work for them to do. But we'll call it quits, and I will see you next week for the big one.